Welcome to the Emerging Lawyer series at the Coffee Corner Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum TIF and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is Where Psychology Meets Strategy. We're with us Shreshtha Dey Roy, consultant at Legal League Consulting. A postgraduate in psychology and currently a consultant at Legal League Consulting, Shreshtha has worked across industries, shaping legal brands, developing HR strategies, and building mental health centered products. Her unique ability to merge human centered insights with corporate communication has made her a dynamic force in today's professional landscape. From clinical internships to leading brand mandates for law firms, her journey reflects empathy, precision, and purpose. Tune in as we explore the many layers of a personal and professional life. So, welcome, Shrestha, to today's coffee conversation.
Thank you, Amir. Thank you for having me.
So, as you know, there are three rounds. So, professional, personal, and the hot seat. Instead of rapid fire, we now give you that. You're like on coffee with Karan, the hot seat.
Right.
Let's begin. Friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation, a legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. We help law firms, corporate legal, startup SMEs with world-class technology, software licensing, and tech training solutions. So my first question, Shrestha, how has the journey shaped up and what were the key defining moments?
So I'll take you back to my schooling days. So during my school, there was this transition period where you choose your streams in your class 11th, and everybody's pretty confused. But I was very sure that I wanted to take up psychology. So I did that in 11th and my 12th grade. Then I also went ahead and completed my bachelor's in psychology from Delhi. And then my post graduation in psychology as well from Delhi University. So pretty much, I would say my entire education was revolving around psychology. And so that's how things started initially. And then there was a key defining moment, as you say, and I also like to put it across that way that one of my friend that time was working at a law firm management company, and he said that there's an opening. Would you be interested? So I took my time, but then I made a conscious decision. It was a very organic decision to move from psychology to law firm management, and that I feel has changed my career ever since I've stepped into the law firm management field.
That's beautiful. Same thing happened with my coffee speaker, Janika, who was also guided by someone and
Mhm.
he joined Bahura as a legal consultant for hiring. And she handles
Right.
अपना corporate legal team hiring. So that's good thing. One thing leads to another, and so your psychology experience is coming helpful in your legal branding.
Yeah.
So we'll cover in the conversations part. Okay, yeah. So I was just going through questions, and uh, I'm asking you that question only. How do you use your background in psychology to inform your approach to brand management and law firm consulting?
Right. So I feel psychology is not something that I'm thinking about consciously when I'm dealing with clients and having conversations with them regarding the brand strategy, brand development, personal branding, etc. But it helps me, and I feel it gives an edge over others in understanding their underlying patterns, their behaviors, and all in all, I feel it gives me the opportunity to understand more than what is actually available on the internet, because now that internet is there, we read up so much about people when we are about to meet them to have an idea about them and everything. But psychology does help me in sensing the pulse, so I feel that way it does help me a lot.
Wow. So, in a space that often prioritizes metrics over emotion, how do you keep human centricity alive in legal branding?
Right. That's a very good question, first of all, I would say. Even I felt initially that this is a space where metrics are, valued over emotions. But I think eventually, now that I've been working in the field for quite some time now, I feel that um, metrics and emotions don't have to be treated as separate entities. They can coexist. So what I do when I'm dealing with clients is to bring their personal values, their stories, their perspectives to the table, which is beyond the practice that they're doing, so that we are not building a brand which only informs, but also a brand that helps you connect with people. So it's more about reaching the right people and not the numbers per se.
Wow, that's beautiful. So, Shreshtha, how do you balance the rigor of consulting work with the emotional demands of your psychological roots?
So I feel initially I felt a little overwhelmed because I felt that psychology was a space where we had the opportunity to express ourselves more. Law is something that is more structured in a sense, right? And so I try to use psychology as a quiet strength to stay attuned with the clients and the team dynamics, and while also trying to avoid any kind of emotional fatigue. And obviously, because I'm a psychologist, I know a couple of coping mechanisms. So I use that at the end of the day. And to add that all up, I have a dog at home, so I think that really helps to tone down all of the exhaustion throughout the day and the week.
Wow. Okay. Let's go memory down the lane. What's been one of the most fulfilling brand or strategy projects you have worked on so far, and why is it so memorable?
Right. So basically, I approach every kind of task, every project with equal determination. And at the end of the day, when I'm content, that's when I know that this project is over, right? But during my initial time and at Legally Consulting also, we do an overall analysis of law firms. So basically, it's looking at the law firm from a bird's eye perspective. So we see that what are the things that the law firm is currently doing? How can we make it better? How can we make the positioning of the law firm better, the positioning of the partners better, and to bring out the best that is available, and to also dig out more things so that we increase their visibility. So we do a web audit report, and I did it for a couple of firms, but the first one that I did it was the first time I did it. So I think that is something that still excites me, because while doing it, there were a lot of things that I was also learning, and I'm somebody who keeps to stay informed, who likes to stay informed, and I like to learn about new things. So I think that was one of the projects that really stuck by.
So, with your psychological experience, uh, eh, has it helped you when there have been law firm partners or stakeholders who have shown resistance for going for law firm management of actions for legal branding? How did you navigate it?
Right. So quite a few times actually. So especially I feel we face this a lot with firms which have been existing for a long period of time. So they do have that resistance that are we doing, are we advertising it, or how is advertising different from branding? So it takes some time to make them understand, and I feel that is the time when metrics comes over emotions. So those are the times when we actually have to show the metrics that this is what will help if you have us on board, and if there is a branding that happens. So yeah, so I feel that is something that I felt along the way.
Wow. Okay. Let's go to your role handling HR work. You have had
Mhm.
experience handling HR mandates in legal firms. What's one trend or shift in law firm culture that is exciting you? And I want to divide it into two parts. One, I'm adding one more question, a layer. Uh,
Mhm.
what was the HR mandate or HR work at law firms which you were had to work on?
Right. So I feel um, there's a growing recognition of work culture in law firms. A lot of law firms are posting about work culture, and I feel it is not a buzzword anymore. Because when I talk to people working at the law firms, where they do feel there is a culture, so I feel a lot of times now people are driven to organizations where there's a better work culture, and they prioritize it over better pay. Because at the end of the day, people have started recognizing the importance of mental health, right? Mental well being. So I feel work culture is not a buzzword anymore, and it directly impacts the productivity and the retention. So coming back to the HR mandates that we usually do, so I worked in the hiring process, the firing process, the restructuring of the things at the law firm. Sometimes it gets overwhelming, but it's an important process, and that's something that we work for.
Beautiful. Okay. So mental well-being is slowly being acknowledged in high pressure fields like law. What changes would you love to see in this space?
Right. So I feel that mental health should not be addressed during crisis. It should be a part during your daily workflows. So rather than piling it all up, and which eventually leads to some drastic actions, I feel it should be part of daily workflows, and the uh, goal should be to have high performance and mental health being, coexisting. So I feel that would have a very positive impact overall.
Wow. So Shrishta, who has influenced you professionally and personally?
So professionally, I would say my father. So I've seen his journey, where he built his entire career with all the hardships that he's been through, and the never give up attitude that I've seen in him. Even though there were days when he used to feel exhausted, he never used to meddle it with the personal life, and that's still something that I'm working on. But I carry that with me. And for my personal life, I would say my mother definitely. I've seen how she has dealt with things, and I feel overall my parents have had a great influence on me professionally and personally.
Wow, beautiful. So what does a day look like for Shrishta?
So a usual work day is getting up in the morning, playing with my dog because she gets annoyed otherwise if I'm sitting at my laptop the entire day. Then definitely the usual work chaos that happens, but there's also a sense of calm when I'm doing my work. So, and by the end of the day, I think again it comes as a full circle where I'm again playing with my dog and ending my day. So I think that's how it goes by. And
Beautiful.
on weekends, I feel it's mostly spending time with my family because working the entire week, we get very less time to sit in chats. I think sipping coffee and having all the pending conversations that we have over the week. That's how it usually goes like.
Wow. So what are some misconceptions people have about being a counselor, psychologist, and who, what do you say, uh, become consultants?
So I would say that I've never been on the receiving end of this being a misconception. Mostly people that I've interacted with when they got to know that I'm not a lawyer but working in the law firm management space, there's a sense of curiosity as to what made me actually switch my careers. But so to say, there might be people who might think that these are, two skill sets which are very divergent, because psychology is perceived as something having a soft skill, right? And law and legal management, law firm management comes with a very organized nature. So I feel these are two different skill sets that people might have in the back of their mind going on. But I feel being a psychologist gives an edge over others because you do sense the pulse and it helps along the way.
Yeah, very true, very true. Because we have worked with a psychologist interns for HR processes, and they have handled very beautifully. ये कि भाई, we have seen a few of them working for like devising HR related activities, games very beautifully, and
Mm-hmm.
they have more creative.
Right. Right.
So better
Absolutely.
than normal HR interns.
Right. Right. Absolutely. So I feel you just people who are psychologists obviously have a knack of understanding people and getting to know
Mm.
people, getting underneath things rather than just looking at things from the surface. I think that's what helps, and that's why HR is a great field where psychologists can be.
Yes, I was surprised the way that intern and seen other interns also, psychologist interns, how they are passionate about technology, all those things, Google Forms, so many things, process driven.
Hmm.
So, so you have a psychologist have an edge uh, with this platform. I'm just want to share कि ये, with your what do you say? You have trained in some, sorry, you have taken education in something, and
Hmm.
you can go to another field where your education comes in handy and you're able to climb the ladders. So
Right.
it's so I've seen many coffee speakers who have, like there's a lawyer, she's an ex-lawyer and now promoting sports using technology, and she's based in Spain. So uh, the following, what do you say, career से लेके now following a passion.
Hmm.
She's a sports person in the
Right.
child,
Okay.
in the
Hmm.
early days she was a sports person. So being combining both things, because agreements banana padega ही and all those things. So all things at a later in life can come and merge together. So that
Right.
is
Absolutely.
uh, so this is what we, through coffee conversations, we bringing out from the coffee speakers what can be done by combining your education, your passion, your skills, so many, which you never know can work in your favor at a later stage of life. So you should be grateful to
Right.
your friend who uh,
Right.
shared and motivated you to come here. This is also a new,
Absolutely.
this is India legal branding, legal branding, law firm management is a niche area, and it's slowly building up. There
Right.
are very few
Exactly.
players in this field.
Absolutely. Even when I speak to lawyers these days, lawyer friends these days, even they are surprised. Even they want to know what is exactly law firm management. We've heard, and for the non-legal people, I feel they have imagined, certain things about law, that it's only about court proceedings, how we see it in movies and series, etc. But coming back to law firm management, there is just so much more to it. There is so much more to the lawyer who's actually going to court proceedings, but there's also more to him. It's not about just the cases that he's winning or, being part of.
Wow. So my last two questions for your professional journey round. Any dream project or collaboration that you hope to take on in the next 5 years?
I think next 5 years would be a little bit of stretch, but recently that BCI has notified that foreign law firms and foreign lawyers can now enter. I feel that is now on my wish list. 5 years might be too stretched, but I will manifest that, and I hope that happens, and I do get the chance to work with international law firms because. Ever since I have come to the law firm management field, I've been hearing stories and I've been reading up also that how things are done there. But working with them would give me a fresh perspective, a broader perspective to know how things are being done there. How is it different than what we are doing, or maybe something that we are doing better than them. So I think that is on my wish list for now.
So my last question would be, what advice would you give to young psychologists who want to branch out, being a non counselor and venture into different fields like you have done?
Right. So I would say don't be afraid. That's exactly what I told myself the time that I was switching my career, because I had already invested so many years in this reading in this field, and making a very thick dissertation project on psychology that I worked on since almost 6 months. And switching my careers was a big moment, a defining moment in my career, like I mentioned before. So for the youngsters in psychology, definitely it's not something that should restrain you. It's a subject that opens doors to many other careers because it is going to help you flourish in anything and everything that you choose. So don't be afraid. It's fine, and it's never too late to switch careers if you feel that it's your calling.
Wow. So let's go to next round and understand Shrestha as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years.
Sure. So I have always been brought up in a very close-knit family, a nuclear family. So I used to stay with my parents, and I'm a single child. Been blessed because I had my grandparents also near me, so I have a very deep connection with them. Formative years, majorly, see, at a Bengali family, it's always about the balance that you keep in your extracurricular activities as well as your academics. So, for my extracurricular activities, like any other Bengali kid would be, I used to do everything. I used to paint, sing, dance, everything. And academics went hand in hand. I had very supportive parents, and they always pushed me to be curious and not conform me to any kind of restrictions and rules, etc.
Wow. Okay. Let's go to ye days at Delhi University. What are your memories, experience, and how did it help in shaping your career?
Right. So now this is a little funny thing. So my campus was in North campus region in the Delhi University. On the left side, I had a law faculty, which was the older building, and on the right side, I had the new building of law faculty. So I think now that I think of it, it was a silent calling at that time that my institution was sandwiched between both the law faculties, and eventually it just led me to where I am today. So, apart from that, the days at Delhi University was very liberating. Really liked the kind of curriculum that we were taught, the teachers, and pretty much had a very balanced lifestyle. Not always completing assignments, but had other things to do as well.
Wow. So, what's one hobby or activity that instantly makes you feel calm or grounded?
I think cooking. I really like cooking. I don't get that much of time to do that, but you would, if I'm not working and on weekends, if I have the time, then I'm always trying new dishes, different cuisines. If I'm going out, I eat it, and then I think, okay, then I'm going to go home and recreate this. So I think cooking does calm me a lot.
Wow. So, so which type of cuisines you go home and recreate, and which has been the most your favorite dish, which brings smile on your face, and for your family also when they are having
Uh,
that.
yeah, yeah. I think it's mostly Chinese cuisine. I love to experiment around that. And there's just so much of different ways to make it. So it just
Mm.
never gets boring. But obviously, we have our favorite couple of items that we really like. But then I like experimenting around that.
Wow. So, what's a childhood memory that still brings a big smile on your face when you uh, remember?
Right. So I think that would be me spending time with my grandfather, my maternal grandfather. I was very, very attached to him. And I remember going to the market and literally picking everything that I like. And he never used to scold me. And just in general, spending time with him. I think when I think of childhood, I think of him.
Wow. Okay. What role does journaling or reflection play in your day-to-day life?
Journaling is like an anchor to me. So during
Mhm.
at night when I'm journaling, it helps me reflect. It helps me introspect different things. It helps me to plan for the next day. So it's that anchor that keeps me going. So even if it is a weekday, weekend, it just keeps me in a very balanced state. So I really like that.
Mhm. So, what's a book or movie which has left a lasting impression or has influenced you?
So I'm mostly someone who loves Hindi movies. And so I'm a Bollywood buff. So I watch any and every movie that comes around. And I think
Mhm.
one movie that I just keep watching and rewatching would be Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, because
Mhm.
as the title of the movie, I believe in that. I don't like to regret. I like to action on things when I want to. And I loved the relation that the friends had. And with every ups and downs, you just know that things are going to get better. It might be a little difficult at times, but it will calm down. So I feel that is one movie that has always left an impact.
Wow. So, what role have your friends played in your life?
Friends play one of the most important roles in my life. So I am not a very extrovert person. I would actually classify myself as an ambivert person. And I'm blessed to have a very close knit friends group, but super tight and very supportive. So even if it is some personal things that I want to discuss with them, some professional advice that I want to get with them. So I just know that I can always turn to them, and they're all my 4 a.m. friends.
Wow. Suppose you had 1 week away from no work, no responsibility. What would you like to do and why?
I would actually want to go to a beach vacation and chill with my mother, with my friends, my dog, everybody, and just have a week off from all the internet, uh, like a detox from the internet. Like a beach vacation would do that for me.
Wow. Okay. So my last two questions are reflective. Describe, sorry. What are your plans for 2025 personally and professionally?
So personally and professionally, I think it goes hand in hand when I say this, that I want to be more calm when I'm dealing with things. Being a psychologist, I feel there's already a lot of pressure that, you should be the best at coping your emotions. But people have to understand that at the end of the day, we are also humans and we do have our ups and low moments. And that is something that I want to work on, and which will obviously impact in my personal and professional life both. And specifically for my professional life, I think I would like to learn a lot more, because being from the non-legal background, it has never come out to be a disadvantage, but it's always a plus point when you learn and know more things when you're working in that particular field. So I think that's how.
No. Yeah. So my last one is a googly one. Describe Shreshtha in one line.
A curious mind with a creative heart. I think
Wow.
that's how I would describe myself.
So let's go to the next round and put you in the hot seat, the rapid fire round. Strategy or creativity?
A little of both, but I'm leaned a little towards creativity more.
PowerPoint or paintbrush?
Actually, I would choose none and want to choose Canva, but if it's if it's a strict
Yeah,
choice, then
Canva.
PowerPoint.
Wow, so you're using Canva.
Yeah.
That's wow. Have you tried ideogram?
No, I haven't yet. Is that
Okay.
better than Canva? I'm a very loyal
No, no,
user
no,
of Canva.
no, no, no. We also. It is just by there are some AI features are there.
Okay.
Canva may be here, but
Hmm.
Canva has adapted, evolved, and keeps on adding new features day by day. So it's no
Right.
one can once a
Yeah,
Canva user.
it's a comfort space. Yeah.
Yeah, so many things. Yeah. Okay, you're a early morning or a night owl?
Night owl.
Empathy or efficiency?
Little of both, because both is needed, but I think I'll lean more towards empathy.
Mental workout or physical workout?
Mental workout.
Your favorite color?
Blue.
Best piece of advice received?
Um, you can do anything. This is something that one of my friends told me, and that stuck by me. So she said, you can do anything, but not everything. So learn to say no.
Wow. Coffee with books or coffee with people?
Coffee with people.
So yes, let's.
Yes, even I have mine ready.
Hmm. Wow. So you did well, and here's a book which will be autographed and sent to you. So
Wow.
all those young psychologists out there, watch the episode, get inspired by Shrestha, how she transition shifted her career from being a psychologist into counseling, and now at one of the leading uh, law firm management, legal branding, consulting. So you can there are limitless options after you graduate being a psychologist. So there are other options also there which you can you go into and climb the ladder. So you can combine all your experiences of being a psychologist into this new domain and be happy. So this is what a coffee speakers bring to the table, where they combine their passion, their what do you say, creative insights. She's a dog lover, and there are many coffee speakers who are dog lovers. So let's plan a fireside chat with the dog lovers or animal lovers. Okay, how this is uh, you are managing your things day in, day out, taking them out, and all those small, small things. So, subscribe to the Coffee Corner Show, where there are 500 coffee speakers sharing their journey, stories, and if you're featured like Shrestha, uh, visit our LinkedIn page or company page, the Emerging India Forum, or do a manifestation, and there would be the divine of fulfilling your manifestations and uh, give you this platform. And we continue with another coffee speaker or a cup of coffee. Thank you.
Thank you, Amar.